Have you heard about Yarn Lane, a TV show dedicated to knitting, crochet and all things yarn, bringing you demonstrations from our expert guests as well as the latest tools. And find out what's coming up on the show by following us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our email newsletter or visit the programme guide on our website at www.yarnlane.com.
Hi there, I'm Katharine Wright from Leicestershire Craft Centre. We're based in Market Harbour in the East Midlands. I teach all kinds of crafts, dressmaking, patchwork, knitting, crochet and lots of other textile-y kinds of things. Knitting's probably one of the first crafts that my mum taught me to do when I was little, probably about 7. The very first thing that I knitted was a little egg cosy with a funny face on, like this one. This is the pattern that I used. It's even got, still I can see on it the little tally mark lines that I did to show how many rows I'd done, and I still do that. And I've written a little note to myself of what stocking stitch is, knit a row and purl a row. I pretty much knitted my way through my childhood and my teens. I used to knit in bed as a teenager, and through university I used to knit lots of big baggy jumpers for my friends. This was a pattern that I used a lot, recreated lots of times. But I didn't learn to crochet until I actually had the craft centre, and but once I'd got going, I really enjoy crochet as well, and I love that it's a really fast craft that you can make small things very quickly. So it's quite different to knitting, but I like them both equally. What would be my top tip for those of you who love yarn? Well, if you're learning, be patient. Don't try and make anything too massive to start off with. Especially don't knit a scarf. Scarves have to be really long, and you get very bored before it's long enough. So start with something small, like my little egg cosy.
Stuck for ideas for the perfect gift? Why not get them a gift card? You can buy Sewing Street and Yarn Lane gift cards loaded up with anything from £10 to £500. Shop our gift cards online at www.sewingstreet.com or www.yarnlane.com, or purchase them via our UK call centre on 0800 001 44 33. Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
Are you a fan of Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? Why not join our growing Facebook fans pages? Just search Sewing Street Fans and Yarn Lane TV Fans on Facebook and click Join Group. It's that simple. Never miss out on the latest news and updates from our presenters and guest designers, special offers and plenty of chat with your fellow fans. Share photos of your makes, ask for advice, interact with your favourite guests and presenters, and be a part of the ever-growing sewing and yarn community. See you there!
Keep up to date with what's on Sewing Street and Yarn Lane, as well as all the latest news and special offers by signing up to our email newsletters. For Sewing Street, head on over to www.sewingstreet.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and you're done. It's exactly the same for Yarn Lane. Head on over to www.yarnlane.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and that's it. You are now subscribed to both Sewing Street's and Yarn Lane's email newsletters, so you'll never miss out on the latest news and special offers ever again.
In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on, so you never have to spend a minute without us.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping! If you're a Sewing Street or Yarn Lane customer, no matter how many times you check out in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. So don't wait to add the item you want to your basket and check out. You will only pay one P&P even if you check out multiple times in one day. If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page. Have you heard about Yarn Lane, a TV show dedicated to knitting, crochet and all things yarn, bringing you demonstrations from our expert guests as well as the latest tools. And find out what's coming up on the show by following us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our email newsletter or visit the programme guide on our website at www.yarnlane.com.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
Good afternoon, welcome to Yarn Lane. My name's John Scott. How are you? We are the only shopping channel in the United Kingdom totally and utterly dedicated to all things yarn, whether it be knitting or crochet or arigamumu. I like saying that, but I don't know how to say it. Or macrame or anything like that. Anyway, I'll show you the website, shall I? www.yarnlane.com. It's just coming up for you now. Oh, we're still on Saturday. Let's say hello to Katharine then. Oh, no, we're ready. There, oh, it's changed. Looks different. There you go. Stylecraft today with Katharine Wright. So you click on watch the live show. Oh, it looks all huge. It's all changed. Next item coming soon. Right, here is everything we have got on today's show. Whether we get through it or not is another question. Look at everything on there. Beautiful, aren't they? Gorgeous. None of Hannah. Where's one of you, Hannah? They're good prices, aren't they? I thought they were going to be more expensive now. And I've seen all the finished items. I thought, yeah. Now, I'm not going to be going through knitting needles, things like that. But if you look, everything I've got is there on pre-order. If you've got any questions, just get messages in. You can either message me on Facebook Live, or you can send a message in that little white box that you saw on the screen there, and they come through to Hannah, who's the producer. I couldn't think what I was going to say. No, because I normally say producer Hannah, don't I? I said Hannah, and I was going to say Hannah, but I knew that was wrong. Anyway, please say hello to Katharine. She's here.
Hi, John.
Fresh from, what was it called that?
The Creative Craft Show.
Creative Craft Show at the NEC. You couldn't move, could you?
No, I'm not sure I'm fresh. I think I'm a bit broken, actually.
Oh, okay then. Okay then. Well, fresh as in straight from. But you were working hard, weren't you?
We were working hard. We had a Leicestershire Craft Centre workshop
Yes,
space, and we were doing 5 workshops a day.
Yeah.
And they were all full, which was fantastic. We met so many nice people.
But not only that, a whole of your stand, your daughter was there, wasn't she?
Yes,
And then,
I drafted everybody in. Hannah, my
didn't meet the husband though.
He was there on Thursday and Friday.
I saw, 'cause it wasn't your wedding anniversary.
I treated him on my wedding anniversary to a day out at the NEC.
Oh. But it was brilliant. It was lovely to see that yours and Kerry's stalls, I think, were the 2 of the busiest stalls there, sort of thing.
Yeah, we had a really good time, and it was lovely to see Kerry, actually.
Yeah. And me.
And you, of course.
Anyway, shall we get on? So what we're doing Stylecraft today. A fig deep purple colour. Chunky, this one. So what we're making out of it? Long line sweater.
Yes, it's that one.
Oh, so hang on. So this is the same as the yellow one that you've got over there.
Yes, this is the,
okay.
This is the sweater version.
Right, that's the sweater there on the. There you go. That's the sweater. Fig lace, but you're not in that colour. You're going to be buying. Here, let me throw you that. You're going to be buying that colour. There it is. There it is. There it is. Right. So you're going to be getting that colour, that beautiful fig colour. Now you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Is it 9 balls?
9 balls. And this is chunky yarn in fig from Stylecraft. Softy Chunky, it's called. 80% premium acrylic, 20% wool. And it's rather gorgeous. 32 to 50 inches the chest of the jumper goes from and to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the pattern and 1 ball on my table here. Now you can do, are there 2 lengths? Yeah, 2 designs includes larger sizes. So I think you'll have enough for long in here. Oh yeah, softy, chunky tunic 9 balls you need. So there you go. You will need 5mm knitting needles and a pair of 6mm knitting needles and stitch holders. It's lovely though, isn't it? I love it. It's got a lovely scallop detail at the bottom. Two different lengths. There's 2 different lengths, you see. But they're both in the same pattern. But you've got enough to make the largest size in there, in the longer length. Right, chuck me that ball back, and then you're going to do... Right, we've also got it in the yellowy colour now.
Yes, so this you've got enough of this one to do the shorter sweater.
Oh, okay. So in the fig one, you can make the shorter one or the longer one. In your one, you can only make the shorter one. Perfect.
Yes. And you've got a choice of necklines there as well. You've got a roll neck and you've got a round neck.
Nice, lovely. Again, it goes from a 32 to a 50-inch chest. You get 7 balls of the yarn.
It's really soft, isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it? Now, I mean, we weren't talking about knitting full yet, but I imagine that knits up quite quickly, does it?
It knits up quite quickly because it's nice and chunky, yes.
And you've got big holes in it.
Yes, although it is quite a complicated pattern.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
So not a
it
beginner.
Would be it's not a beginner. It would be a... Do you know what? When you knit, it's really nice sometimes to have a slightly more challenging thing that you have to concentrate on.
Yeah.
And it's one of those kind of patterns. You've got to read each row to get your pattern.
Right.
So that's nice. It's good to
Okay,
have...
hold up the jumper again for Emma, if you wouldn't mind. Lovely. So that's the shorter one in the zest. Zest, that one is.
That's a very on-trend colour, isn't it?
Isn't it just? And be careful. I'm only going to say this is not me being negative, but if you are quite sallow or pale-skinned, yeah, if you're Catherine, don't wear it because it can drain. I'm only saying this as a fashion expert. It can drain the colour out of your skin. That's all.
Just makes me look dead.
Yeah, Hannah wore a jumper that colour, and I can't repeat how it was a new jumper, and I went, don't wear that again. Okay, so chuck me, you keep the jumper, just chuck me the ball, and do you need the pattern? I'll keep the pattern there. Okay, right, lovely.
There we go.
Perfect, keeping it all together. So that's that one, Where would you like to go next, Hannah?
Is she talking about the cable cardigan?
Salmon pink, this one. That's it.
That one.
Righty-ho. So this is wild salmon, long line cable, 32 to 46 inch. There's no wrap on that at all. She says it's a wrap cardigan. Oh, it's not that one. Oh, it's the cable one. It's the one Catherine's got over there. So it's that one. Oh, that's nice.
I've got the pink.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all right. So now that one is your wild salmon long line cable cardigan, 32 to 46 inch bust, $27.99. That'll be enough to make the biggest one.
It is. It's 100% acrylic, the yarn.
And you get 9 of them. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you've
sorry,
got a choice.
Oh, you can
Choices.
hear her.
I can hear her.
And
Yeah.
you haven't got an earpiece in.
No,
Okay, you can do 2 different lengths of sleeves, apparently.
you can. Which I quite like. I like a 3/4 length sleeve. I nearly always push all my sleeves up like that when I do things.
Okay, and
Yeah.
apparently there is an option to make the belt as well. You don't have to wear a leather belt like the model's wearing.
Yes,
Have
on
you
the
got it
pattern you've got a belt option too on the little picture on the pattern.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
We said that, Hannah. Yeah. 9 balls, acrylic, 100% acrylic. Yeah. There you go. There's the belt you can make there. If you don't want to put the leather belt. See, some people, that's very on trend. Lots of people wouldn't want to put a leather belt or a contrasting belt around it, would they? They want to have a tie belt from the same knitting. Beautiful. So that's that one. Have we got that? Oh, we got that one in a different colour as well. They call that grey. Grist. That's this colour. Ignore those. It's not those. It's this colour here. It's a mixture of grey and coffee. That's what it is. Grist. Maybe it's a mixture of grey and... I don't know what it would be a mixture of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's that one. So that's grist. So that one there is 100% premium acrylic. Highland Heathers Aran. Wash it at 30 degrees. 9 balls you get of that one there. There she is. No, in the image it does look great, but can I show you this then? Can we show this, Emma, close to? Look, there is grey in it. Don't look at those. Well, no, because they're grey. That's all. So look, it's got grey, but it's got coffee in it as well. Beautiful. So that's grist. I've never heard the colour grist. Have you?
No, I've just heard, grist at mill sort of thing. It's like
I've not heard of that one.
Thing.
I thought it sounded like gristle. I was like, no thanks. Anyway, that's that one. That's that one. That's that one. Where are you going to go next then, Hannah? We're having to go by Hannah's descriptions, by the way. So just... Yeah, they've all got cardigans on, she said. This one. Right, this is Recreate Double Knitting, right? And the yarn is... Just read what it says. 100% recycled yarn. Here you go. 40% wool, 30% acrylic, and 30% polyester. All recycled. I love that colour. 5 balls. And what colour have they called it? Rose? Yeah, rose. 5 balls of that in the rose. So you get all of this. 32 to 50 inch chest. £22.99. £22.99. Feel beautiful. Now, isn't it funny how they're recycled? You know what I mean?
It feels like a cotton,
Yes.
even though it's not a cotton.
Yes. It's lovely. No, because it was, what would we say? 40% wool, 30% acrylic. I'd love to know how they do it. 30% polyester, all recycled. There she is, looking quite moody in her beret. Okay, so we've got that in the pink. Now, I've definitely got this one in a grey. Oh, is this it? Here you go, it is. There she is. So look at the lace work you see on the sleeve there. I don't think any of these, and I'm not being negative when I say this, anything I've shown you so far, I don't think any of it is beginner's knitting, is it?
No, that one you've got there is probably the most straightforward.
Okay.
If you've not done any lace before, that's probably a good one to start with.
Good idea then. And it comes in the pink. I've just shown you the pink, the recycled. And then that one's the grey. We called it grey smoke. We've called it smoke. And again, oh, there she is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 5 balls. 5 balls of the grey there to make that one. That'd be enough to make the largest size. Okay. So that's lovely. Yeah, 32 to 50 inch chest. I've missed some. Oh no, now we've got. I know, these are gorgeous. Autumn duck. This is autumn dusk. Not duck. Oh, don't be looking at my iPad. No, it's just me. It's lovely, this, isn't it? So this is a Stylecraft Autumn Dusk Poncho Cape Shawl. You only get one of those. They've all got messy hair, haven't they?
I think they're on the beach.
Oh, they're on the beach, are they? Right, okay, so Hannah really likes this look, she says. If Hannah came into work with a polo neck on, a T-shirt on, a shirt and a poncho... Oh, no, there's a cardigan underneath there as well. Yeah, I'd imagine you'd be round if you wore all those. No offence, but you know what I mean. Anyway, we love this. We absolutely love this. Look, it's just like this. No, you can go on an aeroplane now, Hannah. 23.99. So what do you get? 2 balls. Now, these are big balls, aren't they? Of wool, of yarn. Be quiet. Free. Oh, and you get a free pattern. You get a free pattern in there as well. So it's 85% premium. I'm going to have to sit down. Premium acrylic, 10% wool. Mohair. It's got mohair in it, this one. Beautiful, 5% mohair. There's your colours. You get 2 of those. And that'll make that. Oh, I see. Look, there's 2 patterns. Look, so you make the cardi thing, or you can make the poncho thing. Oh, maybe it was 3 things then. Poncho, cape, shawl. Hang on. Oh, there's 3 things.
You've got 3 patterns.
3 patterns in here. So that's your... What would that one be then?
So that's the cape shawl, I think.
No, it's one or the other.
Oh.
That's your poncho.
That's the cape then, isn't it?
Oh, no, that's... Oh, I'm confused. You get 3 easy knit designs in there.
There's 2 ponchos.
Yeah, 2 ponchos.
And there's 1 cape/shawl.
Yeah, thank you. Just as well you're here, isn't it? I wouldn't know. Anyway, I love this. This feels gorgeous. Get 2 balls in that one. At 32 to 48 inch, that one is. But surely a poncho and a cardigan just wrap it to wherever it goes, really, isn't it? I suppose it just, yeah. Anyway, so that's that one. I've not got that in another colour. I've only got it in autumn. I've got a grey mist scarf here, which is this one. I haven't got this one made up. There's a still of a lady on the beach. Oh, now that's different to the one on my pattern.
There's 3 patterns.
That's why. Can I just show you this? There's 3 different shapes. You can only knit one of those with this. And you can either do that. Oh, that's only to do that scarf. No, each one's a 1 ball project. No. So you can make any of those 3 with that ball of charm, of mist. Not grist, mist, grey mist even, grey mist. Which would be grist, I suppose, if you mix them together. Oh, I'm so confused. Is it 1 o'clock yet? Okay, that's that one. Then, how are you going to describe this next one then? Dragonfly. I've got Dragonfly. Again, you can make any of those 3. This is lovely, isn't it, this? And it's lace weight, this apparently. Dragonfly, Stylecraft, Scarf Kit, that one. You can make any of those 3 out of that. They're all variegated. Okay, I've got one more to go. Then I'll put you out to, you know, you can see some proper professional at her job then. Right, then this one here. This one's called Water. Deep Water. Oh, hang on, she's got it different.
She's got it tied in her belt. This is obviously a look.
There you go. There we go. No, you can't tell the difference, can you? Anyway, can I just say it's lovely and soft. So this one's called Deep Water, Run Deep. Make any of those 3. That's obviously that one that was made out of that one there. Oh my word, that's a lot to go through. I don't know what Rebecca Reed was thinking today. Yeah. Somebody gave her flowers yesterday. Anyway. So, where are you going to start? What are you going to show us?
What am I going to show you? I'm going to show you, I've got a little bit of each to show you.
Okay, I'm going to get an armchair and sit down.
I've picked out sort of different things from
Brilliant.
each one.
I knew you would. I knew I could rely on you. You see.
That's good, isn't it? Let's start with the chunky one.
The which one?
The chunky one. So that's this one.
Yeah, but you can make that in the gold, in the short, or you can make it in the short or long in the gris. No, in the fig.
Sort of
in
dark
the fig.
plum
in the fig.
colour. Yes.
Yeah. What's the most popular? That yellow one. Oh, this pattern's the most popular. There's only 4 of the zest left.
Wow.
And fig, 6 left. That's it.
It's a fantastic price though.
Yeah.
For all that yarn and the pattern, really is.
Obviously, in the fig you get 9. Was it 9 in the fig and 7 in the zest? Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So what I'm actually going to show you the foundation row, the very start, because there is one stitch in it that I hadn't done before and you don't normally do.
Oh, okay.
And I just thought, do you know what? We'll show this one. Because we're doing a lot of lacy stuff this morning and some of it repeats itself, but this particular stitch only comes in this one. So I've cast on 89 on my 6mm needles, and the foundation, you go straight into your pattern with a foundation.
Oh, there's no rib. Oh, no, because it's
no
that
rib.
scallopy edge, isn't it? Yeah.
So we're going to knit 5.
Okay. We're okay
And then
so
we're going
far.
to,
Knit
we're good
5.
on that, yeah. We're going to purl 13. My dad said to me, how much of tomorrow will I understand? He always struggles a bit with the knitting. I said,
I'm not surprised.
I said, Dad, it's quite hard knitting. I don't think you'll understand any today.
Can
He said
you
to me,
move
I've got to tell him to wake up.
Wake up, it's 12.
Yeah, well, he thought he mightn't understand and he could drop off.
Move to your right a tiny bit for me, please. Thank you very much. There you go, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm purling 13. Let's just see how many. I'm going to have to do counting out loud today.
Okay. You're going to get a day off?
Me, a day off? Chance to be a fine thing. Christmas, I get a day off at Christmas.
No, you cook Christmas dinner?
Well, my husband, Simon, says he's doing it this year. I
Oh.
know.
Wow.
I'm not arguing.
No.
To be fair, he will do a better job than me.
Oh, okay.
So when I do Christmas dinner, there's always one thing that either I forget to put in the oven or get slightly overcooked. You know, one year it was the parsnips, one year it was there's always something.
Something, right.
He will approach the whole thing with military precision and it'll be wonderful.
Will he have a chart, a sheet? Of
Possibly
what time
some sort of spreadsheet.
Yeah,
John.
what time
absolutely.
everything needs to go in where.
Totally.
I always start off with that and then it goes to pot. Right, sorry, so you've done all...
I'm knitting 2, and then what you've got to do, this interesting stitch, is a purl 1 through the back of the loop.
Right.
Because normally when you purl, you just go through the front like this. But what you've got to do is you've got to fiddle your knitting needles round like this to pick up the loop from the back, and then you purl it round like that. And it's
Surely that's a completely different stitch.
Well, it's purling through the back of the loop, not the
Well,
front of the loop. And then we're going to purl 3. I'll show it you
Just one?
again. Well, we're going across. I've got to purl 3 and I've got to do it again through the back of the loop. So it's like you're almost bringing your needles round like that on each other to then take it round.
And how did you know to do it if you've never done it before?
Well, I found out.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
and
I thought...
What's it doing then?
What's it doing? I think it's going to help make this scallopy edge.
Okay.
And then you're going to carry along the row with the pattern. There's a lot on these patterns of working between the stars. So when you see, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. So when you get a row.
Oh, hang on. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. It'll say repeat from the start of the last 18 stitches. So you have to go back to where the start of your star was and read it again. This is what I mean when I say these patterns have got quite a lot of concentration in them.
Okay.
Because you don't want to lose your spot where you are.
Why have you done an orange circle?
That's so I know which bit I'm showing you on TV.
Okay.
So I don't go, okay, which bit of the pattern am
So
I?
hang on. So you've done what it says. You knitted 5.
I've purled 13.
Yeah.
I've knitted 2. I've done my purl 1 through the back of the loop.
Yeah.
I've done purl 3. I've done purl 1 through the back of the loop and I've knitted 2. And then I'm going to do that all over again until I get down to the last 18 stitches. I may have to do it a couple of times to go across your row.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's complicated.
It is quite complicated. It is a 12-row lace pattern. So you've got 12 rows of different things that you then keep repeating.
Yeah.
You usually find when you're doing a pattern like this that when you've done the first sort of 12 rows, you've then got an idea of how it's going
Of course,
you start to remember it a little bit. Yeah.
Do you really?
Up to a point. I mean, it would be if I was knitting this jumper, I'd probably knit it in blocks of 12.
Yeah.
So that I'd always got to the same point before I put it down.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So I just wanted to show you that purling through the back of the loop because you don't often get that one.
That's fine. So remember the fig, you get 9. Which one's in at the moment? The fig one here, you get 9 balls. That's the longer line jumper. Has this one got it's got 2 different necklines as well. You've got a V or a polo neck or roll neck on that one. So if you want to do the shorter version, you can do. You'll just have yarn left over. The one in the Zest, you only get 7 balls, so you can only do the shorter version in the Zest one. But again, you could do either of the necks, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do either of the necks, but there's the V-neck one, but it is the shorter body one. Both have got long sleeves. It's just that the fig one we've done with an extra length. It kind of covers your bottom, whereas this one, the Zest one, just goes to your top hip. Right, where are we going next then?
Shall we look at the cable cardigan?
The one near you.
That one behind
near you, right,
me.
okay.
This is my favourite one.
Oh, is it?
I love a cable cardigan.
Oh.
When I was in my final year of university, I spent most of the time knitting a big cable cardigan.
For your coursework?
Oh no, I have got an English degree.
Oh.
I just didn't do much work.
Yeah.
I just sat around and did a lot of knitting.
Okay. So we're doing it in the salmon first of all, the wild salmon first of all. This is 32 to 46 inch chest. And there's also the option to knit a belt as well.
There it is. I've got the grist colour here, which is lovely.
Oh, so you're going with the gristle.
I've got, yes. It's sort of it's a beigey grey, isn't it, really?
I think it's a mixture of grey and coffee, isn't it, really?
So I've started my cable pattern. And I'm going to show you, we've got a 24 row pattern for this, but I'm going to show you row 7 because it's got a lot of different bits in as we go across. And again, it's keeping your eye on what's happening. So we are knitting 2 and purling 2. Then I'm going to knit 2 again and purl 2. I'm not sure I am on the right bit here.
Oh.
I've circled it.
Have you done 6 before? Have you done 6 rows before?
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So why? What is it not feeling right then?
I'm just looking where I'm at. No, I can see it isn't. Hold on, let me just...
Oh, this is where it'd freak me if you'd made a mistake. You have to unpick and read. Oh, no.
That's it. So I think that's a pearl. Okay. So I'm going to knit 2 there. Oh, just give me 1 sec, John, while I just read the bit.
Do you want to look at the pictures and the bundles of each one? So I've got this in 2 different colourways. The one that's in the moment is this one. How many balls do I get? Oh, I can see. I think it's 9, is it? 1. Yeah, 9 balls you get there. That'll do the biggest size, the 46-inch chest one. They're all the same length, but you can... and that says 2 designs. Hang on. Oh, 3/4 length or full... Oh, yeah, 3/4 length or full length sleeve. That's the 2 different designs.
Okay, I've got myself straight now. I've realised what I'm doing. Because
right.
because I'd cast on the right front, but I'm reading the pattern from the back. So this is something to take note of. When you put it down and pick it up again, you lose your spot, don't you? When you're working on the fronts and the backs, although you're using your back pattern, you've got a slightly different bit at the start of the rows, just to make it all work out right. And I'd gone straight to my row 7 for the back and had forgotten to look at the bit from my front.
Okay.
But when you were doing the whole thing, because you work your way through the whole thing.
Oh, you go in
you know, you
chronological
do your
order.
back first, and then you do your fronts,
Yeah.
and
So you know where you were.
So I do know where I am really. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to. It's a treble T4F, which is a treble to the front. We're going to put. We've got our little cable needle.
Why is the 4 then? What's the 4 for?
Because it's going to include 4 stitches.
Oh, okay.
So we've put 4 stitches on, 2 stitches onto the cable needle, holding it at the front, and then we're going to purl 2.
Yeah.
And then we're going to knit 2 from the cable needle, like that. So, hold on. And so you can see it's going to start to twist. Okay, and then we're going to do a T4B. So we're going to put 2 to the back. And we're going to knit 2, and then we're going to purl 2 off our cable needle. So what it's doing is it's bringing this little cable back in together.
Yeah. See, I understand, of all the knitting, I understand the cabling bit the best.
Yeah, I really like cabling.
Yeah.
I find it really fun, actually, because you can really see it growing, and you can see the pattern
twists
taking
as you go along,
shape.
doesn't it? You can see the kind of
So we're going across
shapes
this little
making.
bit. When it talks in the pattern about reverse stocking stitch, because it's got, what it means is this bit in your work where the stocking stitch looks the wrong way round, and so it's to make your cable stand out.
Okay.
And now we're going to do a C3B, which is you slip 1 stitch onto your cable needle, hold it at the back.
Okay, so if it's C3B, how do you know you only put 1 on?
It tells me.
Oh, okay.
On your special abbreviations, we've got a whole big bit here with special abbreviations. So as you're working through your pattern, if you can't remember what one of them means or you need to check, it's just there to glance at, like a little glossary. Yeah. There's always everything in there that you need to know. Yeah. Like on a dressmaking pattern, it's all there.
Yeah, just finding it.
It's just, absolutely. And then we're going to, then we're going to knit 1 off the back of the needle. So it just tells you the combinations of whether you're knitting or purling, basically.
Yeah.
Right, then we get to a little bit and it says knit 1, purl 1 in brackets 3 times. So what that means is you go knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. That can sometimes confuse people of which bit they're doing the number of times. But it's always the bit in the bracket. You repeat the number of times that
June says, is it best to use straight needles for cabling or can I use my circular needles?
if you like using circular
But you'd
needles.
need your other little one, your cable needle, to be a straight one, wouldn't you? Or a kinked one.
Mine's
like
got a
you've
little kink.
Yeah.
You can use a straight one. You can do it on circular needles, but because you've got knit rows and purl rows, you can't work it in the round. Unless you'll have the pattern's written as though you're going across and back.
Right. So you still turn it round.
Yeah, if you were going to do it in a circle, which you could do, but on the purl rows you've just got to make sure you knit when it says purl and purl when it says knit. So you could possibly be making it difficult for yourself. But to be fair, if you're a really experienced knitter, then you'll be okay with it.
Christine says, hello, John, Scott and Catherine. I love knitting cable cardigans for my girls when they were little. But when I first started, I'd unpick it as I thought I was wrong at the beginning until my late mum would say it was supposed to look like that, Christine.
Sometimes when you start, you're thinking to yourself, oh, surely that should be a purl when it's, but it's because your cables are moving out and you're just shifting them across every time. So that first one, just, go with it, and as long as you followed it, you'll be fine.
The pattern of this one, like the diamonds and that kind of cabling
it's
there.
Really nice.
I had a turquoisey green Aran jumper with those two patterns going down the front and a great big high neck that gave me neck rash.
So this bit in the centre of your diamond, that's moss stitch.
Okay.
That's the knit one, purl one bit.
But is that a big cable creating the...
So this part's the diamonds, the cables, and then you just do knit and purls in between them to make that pattern. So it's one of those things that I think actually when you get going, it's not as hard as it looks, but it looks really effective.
No, totally.
And you've got your pockets in this. You knit your pockets as part of it. So what you do is you knit up to here.
Right.
You will have already knitted a plain pocket lining. If you can see, there's just a plain square in there.
But it's not separate. It's all on the same needles, is it?
So you knit up to here, and then when you knit across, you put this bit. The front of your pocket goes on a stitch holder, and you knit across and knit in your lining.
Right.
Carry on knitting up your front, and then right at the end, just this inside bit of your pocket lining gets stitched in.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's sort of all knitted in. Yes.
Crikey. June says, I go backwards and forwards on the circular needles. I just find straight needles too long.
Fair enough.
So you'll be used to
Go
it then,
with your circular needles then. I think knitters have real preferences. I'm personally not very fond of circular needles, but some people do everything on circular needles. Yeah.
My friend Stuart does. Everything he knits is on circular needles.
Yeah, so it's all just personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if we move on to that Kate Shaw one,
on to this
that one
then.
probably is a circular needle one.
Okay, so this one is called Autumn. That's here. So this one here, there's 3 in the pattern. There's 2 different ponchos and this. So you get 3 things you can knit in there. Now, you see, in the kit, there's only 4 of these left, but you got 2 balls, didn't you? And in the front, it says 1 ball project. I just need to check something. Oh, for smaller sizes. So we put you enough. So if you're one of the smaller sizes, you better make 2. Because each project is 1 ball project for the smaller sizes. But we've put 2 balls in so that you can do the bigger one if you want to. That's good, isn't it? So if you bought that and you're making the, say, 32-inch bust, you better make 2 of them. That's fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah.
Right, so so now this is this easy to knit with? Because this feels like fluffy.
It's a little bit fluffy with the mohair in it. So you have to just be a little bit careful that you don't split your stitches as you're knitting.
Yeah.
Because then you can accidentally make yourself an extra one or drop one if you're not careful.
Yeah. You don't want to drop one, do you?
Interestingly, it's a lace weight, which means it's quite fine, but you are going to knit it on quite big needles, or relatively big.
Yeah. Now, I'm just looking, you see, because not only in this kit do you get the 2 balls and this, on the here, you also get a free pattern on here as well. There's only 3 left. There's only 3 left. But I'm wondering if it's the same pattern on the inside of every one of them, or might you get 2 different patterns? Yeah, it's fine. Carry on. Sorry, Catherine.
No, that's okay. So all 3 of the patterns If I turn it that way, you can see.
Yeah, that's
them.
about to sell out, so we're going to have to change to a different graphic at the moment.
All three of these patterns are all knitted in one piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you have a lot of stitches on your needle.
Right.
It's one of those. And your pockets on this one are actually knitted separately and then stitched on.
Okay.
At the end.
Wendy says, I do my cable on a circle needle up to the arms. When I divide it, it works really well. You could have been saying that in a different language to me because I've got no idea what that means, Wendy. I do the cable on my circle needle, got that, up to the arms.
So when she gets to here.
So she goes on to straight needle. Oh, when she divides it, then she puts on each one. I've got that. Yeah. I understand that. Right, what are you going to show me?
What am I going to show you? Oh, I was just going to tell you a little bit about how it's made and do a little bit about the rib, because all these have got ribs.
Yeah, this is lovely, this one. This is the one you want, isn't it?
I do quite like this.
You like that one as well?
I like them all.
Okay.
I love a knit. Yeah. Although, if I take that home, one big ball, I could finish it, couldn't I? And it could go in the pile.
You've only done about 2.
Yeah, well, this is one little pocket.
So not quite finished.
It'll go in the pile of unfinished projects.
Yeah, exactly.
John. Exactly. So we're working on 5mm needles, which are quite big for the weight of the yarn. So you do get quite an open, lacy effect with it. And when you've done, so I've just done straightforward stocking stitch, and then we get to an increase row. That's what I'm going to show you.
Right.
And we're going to increase across the pocket. Look, I've dropped a stitch already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to increase in the next stitch purlways.
Okay.
So you purl it, and then before you pull it off your needle, you're going to go put your yarn round and go in and knit the next one. So you've made an extra stitch. We'll just do that again. We're actually going to do it 7 times across the top of the pocket. So start to knit it purlways. Before you pull it off, go round and then knit the stitch. So this increasing should take you from 32 stitches up to 40 stitches. I've got my clattering needles.
I'm listening. I'm just unpacking the needles that are in the graphics at the moment to show you, but they're very, very limited now. Took me a while to find them because there were so many things on the trolley. Oh, they're nice, aren't they? $39.99. They're 40 centimetres long. You get all the different sizes in there, from a 2.5 up to a 6. Oh, I just find joy in those in the colours. Well, they're very flimsy when you get thin, aren't they? Not flimsy, that's the wrong word, but like...
Thin, slim. Yeah.
Slim ones, the 2mm ones.
But they're actually lovely needles.
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't mean flimsy as in they break, but compared to a sturdy needle that you're using, they're quite kind of delicate, aren't they?
Yes.
Anyway, they'll sell out if you're not careful. Right.
They would make the most lovely gift for someone as well. Someone who likes knitting, yeah.
You've got so many knitting needles in your drawer.
I know, they're not all nice ones though.
Well, they'll do the project.
I've got a shop full of knitting needles.
Yeah.
It's like I've got a shop full of fabric, and guess what? I might have bought a bit when I was at the show last week.
So you know your Leicestershire Craft Centre?
Yeah.
When you're not there, like now, is there somebody else there? It's not just a place for classes, is it? It's open all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I have other people in teaching apart from myself. Yeah. So Hannah's there teaching a bag class today.
Okay, but is there a shop as well?
Yes, it's quite small. It's quite a small area, but it's like it's almost like a little Aladdin's cave. I can get an awful lot of stuff in a small space.
And where is it?
Yeah.
Market Harbour?
Market Harbour. Yeah. So when we were at the NEC last week, there was an upholstery class going on all weekend.
Oh, yes.
So, which
Just
was
keep popping in.
No, it was quite good. I wasn't there because it's terribly messy at
Oh,
upholstery.
upholstery carts in your
In
shop.
the craft
you mean?
centre,
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, over in the craft centre. So when you've done your increasing row, you then change to smaller needles, and we're going to do a rib across this one.
Mm-hmm. Donna knits everything on circular needles, she says.
I think I'm in a minority, aren't
Yeah,
I?
you need to maybe practice with your circular needles.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know, it's maybe what you were taught, what you grew up with,
exactly.
you know?
It's what you used to, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're on a knit to purl to rib with this one, which is a nice chunky rib, a knit to purl to. So that's this one, the poncho and these shawls. They're probably the most straightforward knits you've got today. The trickiest bit is just that because it's a bit fluffy, you've just got to watch it.
Yeah.
So you just go across like that. But when you do get to the end, that border all the way around, you do have to pick up, using your circular needle, 386 stitches.
Using a circular needle?
Yeah.
Can you
So
not
you'll
do that on yours?
well, you wouldn't because you're going all the way around from here, all the way around. So it's a lot, and it is a curve, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because also by that point you'd have the big weight of your
Of course,
shawl.
you'd have the whole thing there, wouldn't
It's
you?
actually much more comfortable then to do it on circular needles.
Apparently I've got a set of circular needles here. Hang on.
Yeah, so I mean, although, you know, lots of things I don't do on them, I would do that on a circular needle. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, these are the ones with the nice changeable ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're someone who does always knit on circular needles, they're brilliant because all you do is just unscrew them
Deluxe, these are.
and put the new one.
3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 7 and 8. Margaret says grist means ground grains, and it's a technical term used in brewing to describe the malted barley which is ground up to put into water to make the mash. Well, I could have that anyway. It's not gluten-free, is it?
Every day's a school day.
Eh?
Every day's a school day. We've learned something new there.
You can rely on Margaret.
Right, which one haven't I shown you?
I don't know. Which one haven't you shown us?
What's left?
I've got this jumper. I've got this one here with the lace down
Oh,
the
okay.
sleeves.
What was I going to tell you about that
I've only
one?
got a few minutes to do it, so don't worry. Right, okay. So that was that one. That one sold out now. That autumn one. Right. So where are you going now then? To this one. Right.
Yeah.
So this one. Oh, this is the recycled. This is the recycled 40% wool, 30% acrylic, 30% polyester. We've got it in what colour have you put in? Smoke. Right. How many balls do you get? Sorry. Oh, the details aren't working. I think it's 4. Oh, 5?
It's 5 for the very largest sizes.
Okay,
in the
5
pattern.
then, 5 then. It comes in smoke, and it also comes in the pink, which is called Rose, I think, the pink one, isn't it? Which is one you're going to be using over there.
Yes.
Rose there. Okay, so what are you going to show us on this one?
So I was just going to show you the lacy pattern up the sleeve. So
Lovely.
it is a nice straightforward cardigan, this one, because most of it is in stocking stitch.
Uh-huh.
If you're someone who doesn't always like the feel of wool, you'll like the feel of this because it feels more like cotton.
Yes.
Yes, so I was just going to show you, and I don't think I've knitted across to the right bit. I should have purled across. I've had an awful lot to get ready in a very short space of time. So we're just going to very quickly...
Did you get asked to do this at the last minute? Because your name wasn't on the sheet.
No, but I didn't get the yarn and things. And things hadn't come into stock. It wasn't Rebecca's fault. I think it was the speed that things had come into stock.
Yeah.
And then because I was super busy last week, the parcel didn't get open until I got home.
Oh.
So, yeah. So it was when lots of things conspire together. But if I just go across very quickly, then I can show you. So it's just a 12-row lace panel. Again, and the thing I was going to tell you about this, so especially when you're doing the sleeve and the lace panel goes up the sleeve, you've got to increase as you go. So it says to increase 1 stitch at each end in every 19th row and every following 26th row.
Right.
So obviously you may not sit and knit the whole sleeve in one go to keep count.
Oh.
So you could either use a row counter
Yeah.
on the end of your needle. What I tend to do is I actually make myself a little chart of the
Right.
different rows. So I might write down 1 to 26 or whatever, and then I'll write against that which one I've got to increase on.
Right.
And then as I do a row, I'll tick it off as I
Okay.
go. Just so then when you put it down at the end of the evening,
You know where
then
you are.
know where you are when you pick it up again.
I'm going to say, Jane, I'm with you, Catherine. Can't get on with circular needles. Possibly because 60 years ago, they only had straight ones. Are you 60 then, Catherine?
Next week.
Oh, yeah, it is what you learn on, isn't it? It is.
I think so.
Yeah,
It's what you get used to, yes. I mean, I can't remember my mum ever knitting on circular
No.
needles.
Are they a modern fangled thing then?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
my
know.
nan, my mum and nan never knitted on them either.
Right, I'm nearly there. Nearly there. You've got a raglan sleeve on this cardigan, and you've also got a choice of a V-neck or a round neck,
Oh, brilliant.
which is nice.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
I'm a big cardigan wearer.
Oh, are you? Would you
I
go
am.
round or V?
Me, probably V actually
Yeah.
on this.
I think V'd be neater, wouldn't it? Because if you look at the
Yes.
round, if you didn't button up to the top, that bit's likely to flap, isn't it? Whereas the
Yes.
V's more
Well,
sleek.
see, I don't usually button my cardies up.
Don't you?
No.
She's only got one button done up, though.
Yeah.
She's just being photographic.
Well, I quite often do that just to,
Hold it.
yeah, keep my bosom warm. But I much prefer a cardigan to a jumper.
Oh, yes, I can. That's like a hoodie. I don't like a hoodie that hasn't got a zip down the front.
Right.
I'm feeling a bit enclosed. If I put a hoodie on, it's all, and you have to pull it over your head. Whereas if you have a
Yes.
zip down the front, you can choose how much you want it up or down.
So when
Right.
you're doing your lace pattern, you knit across.
Yeah.
I knitted 21. Now I'm going to knit 2.
Right.
I'm going to bring my yarn forward. I'm going to slip 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to knit 1.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pass the slip stitch over.
Okay,
So
talking about boobies, June's boobies get in the way of her straight needles. Elliot says he has the same problem, June. Moobies.
I'm going to slip. Oh dear. Right, where am I? I've done yarn forward, I've slipped 1. I'm now knitting 2 together.
Uh-huh.
And again, I'm going to pass the slip stitch over. Yarn forward, knit 2 together. So every time you do a yarn forward and you're passing your slip stitch over, this is making your nice little holy bits.
Uh-huh.
Yarn forward and then knit 3. And then I repeat that one more time. Knit 2. And it's going to move the holes around. So you've got to follow each row separately.
Yeah.
So that they
Oh,
go
yes,
where
exactly,
you need
yeah.
them. Yeah. Slip 1. 2 together. Pass the slip stitch over. Yarn forward. Knit 2 together. Yarn forward. Knit 3 and then knit to the end. And on this lace pattern, every purl row is a purl row.
Right.
Just straightforward purling all the way back. So it's not the neatest because it's quite difficult when you're standing
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you can
yeah,
see
but you can
how
see
the
it. Yeah,
pattern's
yeah.
starting to form and that these are starting to curve.
It's funny, it looks almost woodland-like in there, doesn't it? But it's just it ends up being a zigzag, like a chevron.
Yeah, sort of
zigzag, the
diamonds, isn't
look.
it? It's really pretty and it's, as lace patterns go, not that tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you haven't had a go at it before and you fancy it, that would be a good one to start with, I think.
Yeah. And also, it's a raglan sleeve, so you're going to have it. Well, I suppose all sleeves are out on the flat, aren't they, when you're knitting them? But you know that's going to be going down the centre
Yes.
of your raglan sleeve then.
Yes.
Fabulous. Okay, let's do a. Thank you. Is there something else you want to show me? Was that it? If you haven't, don't worry, because
there's the lace scarf, but it's a lacy one. It's very similar to what I've just shown you.
Was it this? Is it this one?
No, it's the one that you haven't got.
Okay, I haven't got it here. But it's just that like we've done the lace.
Very
before.
similar lace idea.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you for coming all this way.
That's all right. It's always a pleasure.
When will we see you next?
Well, do you know what? I need a little bed because I'm here for Sewing Street on Sunday and I'm here for Yarn Lane again on Monday.
Oh no!
I'm not sure what happens. I got moved around a lot, and it's turned out everything's all together.
Oh, so yeah, it's Sewing Street on Sunday.
Yes.
Yarn Lane on Monday. So it'll be Stuart on Sunday and Rebecca Reed on Monday. Fantastic. Thank you ever so much. Right, do you want me to recap anything? Everything's been super popular this hour. Right, the little scarf that we didn't get to over here. So I've got this one here, first of all. Deep water, that's this one here. Now, obviously, let me move that back out of the way. In here, you can use one ball for any of those patterns. So you get one ball in the pattern, so you can choose any of those that you want to make. $12.99, and that makes this one. There she is, with it tucked into her belt. And then we've got the other one, which is called Dragonfly. There's Dragonfly. It's nice, the colours in there, beautiful, aren't they? $12.99, you get one ball of the yarn plus your pattern, but obviously there are 3 different patterns in there. I know, it's lovely, isn't it? That variegated colour. Right, so Yarn Lane's back tomorrow with Twink Knits and Stuart, and then that's it. I'm back on Wednesday, so I'm presuming I've got a Yarn Lane on Wednesday as well then, have I not? Anyway, I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much for your company. Make sure you check out your baskets because everything, I mean everything has been so popular. Normally we have this is the distinct favourite. They're all favourites this time. Even the needles. The what? I've got Wendy Orlando on Wednesday. Oh, I might have Wednesday off. She not the whole day. Oh, Neil, I'll have to take some energy. I have to bring my... yeah. So last night, right, Emma took night nurse because she couldn't sleep. Didn't sleep. She come in. She's too tired now, so she's taking day nurse to try and wake her up. Don't ask me. See you on Wednesday.